let's continue our build up to the 2023 general elections as we shift focus to Kaduna State, where Ashiru, the People's Democratic Party governorship candidate in that state, joins us now on the news. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Ashiru. Let me begin by asking you why you want to... Great. Why do you want to become the governor of Kaduna State?
Well, I feel I have something to offer. As a citizen of Kaduna State, things are not really well with us here. And I feel I have something to offer, taking into consideration the fact that I have been in the system for more than 30 years. So for me, I feel I have something to offer as far as I'm concerned.
Well, it would be nice to know exactly what it is in specific terms, what you have to offer. You do have a 5-point agenda. Tell us more about that.
Well, you are correct. I have decided to present before the general public my 5-point agenda. One is the issue of security. The second is reuniting my people. As far as I'm concerned, we are divided along tribal and religious line. That has not been the order of the day in Kaduna State. Number 3 is issue of agriculture. Agriculture is the largest employer of labor. And for me, the battalion of youth that are roaming the street can be better managed when you send them back to the farms. We can go, one, through the agri-development projects where irrigation system then were functional. For now, as far as I'm concerned in Kaduna State Agricultural Development Project is no more. It is a World Bank project that International Monetary Fund and the World Bank has been assisting the state in funding agriculture. People are no longer finding it easy to go back to farm. So on security, we'll make sure that the approach we know right from birth is what will return. Issue of bottom-top approach, where citizens report to the appropriate authorities. In those days, we normally channel our complaints through the traditional institutions. I'm sure the present situation in the state has bastardized the traditional institutions, where the traditional rulers have been reduced to a level that is really disappointing. We have vast land without anybody managing it. And these criminals have succeeded in occupying these territories. And given the opportunity, will take drastic measures to make sure that the traditional institutions are really return to their respective domains.
All right.
So they'll get this mess off us.
Yes. You talk about reuniting the people of Kaduna State. And you said that's not how it's been. How do you hope to reunite Kaduna? And what exactly is the problem in your own opinion?
Well, the problem is that wherever there is unfairness in terms of distribution of resources, you can hardly find people really supporting the government of the day. The distribution of resources is skewed to a particular area where I feel is unjust. So it is only through justice and fair play that people will rally around the government and advise as it used to be for peace to reign. But when it comes to issue of distribution of resources, majority of the local government have been sidelined for reasons best to those managing the resources. But as far as I'm concerned, our government will be an open one, where every part and segment of the society within Kaduna State will be involved in distribution of resources and projects that will better the lives of our people. And that thing is not going to be a big deal. We have been in the system, and we'll do our very best to make sure that the right thing is done for peace to reign. Once there is fairness in managing the affairs of the state, I'm sure we'll have peace, and people will give their best in assisting the government to bring everybody on the same pedestal, and we'll definitely get what we want as far as I'm concerned, because I've been part of the system.
Yes, and just like you said earlier, you've been part of the system. You've been in politics for like 30 years. Now, there's this allegation, and I'd like you to, clear the air on it. The issue of certificate forgery on your part, alleged certificate forgery. Well, of course, you do know that according to Section 362, 364 of the Penal Code, you can actually go to jail for up to 14 years if you forged your certificates or you laid false claims. What exactly is the situation with that? I mean, three names: Isa Ashiru Kudan, Isa Mohammed Ashiru, Isa Mohammed. Three different names. Help us clarify who these are. Are you the same person?
Well, for me, I was taken to court on that subject matter, and the matter has been settled in court. I know I was in school, 1975 to 1980, and the school is there. It will outlive all of us. I met it, and I will die and leave it for others to come and reap the benefit of what I have gotten. But for sure, the matter, I was taken to court on that matter, and the court has decided, has taken a decision. It has decided in my favor, and penalty was awarded, and they paid me ₦1 million for as damages. So as far as I'm concerned, that matter has been laid to rest, and I'm up and doing. I will never allow anybody to distract me. I know what I want, and I will continue the way I'm doing.
Okay, which of the courts are you referring to, and which of the case in particular? Because there was a case instituted by the APC, and some political analysts are quick to draw your attention to what happened with the APC in Bayelsa State, where the deputy governor candidate had something similar to this controversy in which you are now facing, and because of that, the party lost the ticket. So clarify which court and which case you're referring to.
Kaduna State High Court in Zaria. That was why I was taken to court, and a decision was taken 2 months ago. The one the one that is currently on is one that which I have taken the person that leveled that allegation. I took him to Kaduna State High Court, and the case is on to claim damages for what he has done, for character assassination, as far as I'm concerned. So I don't want to talk on that matter because it's still in court.
That's totally understandable. Now, one of the challenges when it comes to governance in Nigeria, whether you're talking about the federal level or state or even local, is the problem of lack of continuity. Let's take Kaduna State, where you're gunning to be governor come 2023. There's this yearly event that gathers investors from all over the world, and you might say all over the country. Card Invest, the 7th edition of it just ended recently. What will you do with that particular program and other maybe lofty programs in the eyes of Kaduna people that the incumbent El-Rufai may have put in place?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, government is continuum, and I will never stop any project that is to the benefit of my people. Well, for me, I will have to study whatever they have on ground, discuss with my colleagues areas where we have involvement with international partners. We'll definitely look into it and take a decisive decision. And if it is something that is worth continuing, we'll continue with it. Anything that is not in the interest of our people, we'll definitely review it. Because it's not about me, it's about the good people of Kaduna State. And be rest assured we'll do justice to whatever is there in the, that is being implemented by the present government. So I will do whatever is in the interest of my people. I can't just stop ongoing projects that I know will benefit my people. For your information, and as far as I'm concerned, government is continuing.
Say that. You've talked about the security as well as peace, unity and justice for the people of Kaduna State. But some will say you cannot achieve all of this without money. So let's talk about the economy. Despite the COVID-19 pandemic, Kaduna State still generated about 52 billion naira as IGR last year. What will you do to improve that amount?
Well, the issue is Kaduna has more than 4 million people. And we have a lot of areas where we can tap revenue. I was once with the revenue agency, and I know what it means to source for money to fund government activities. I will be there, and I want to assure you that I will use the little knowledge I have in revenue generation to make sure that I expand areas of revenue generation for us to be able to govern the state, probably differently from what is happening now.
Dwell more on security, because I mean, like you know, Kaduna State has been a target, you know, for as long as you can remember. The issue of southern Kaduna, what exactly are you going to do about that? Because they feel that, I mean, they've been under the bombardment of terrorist attacks, banditry and all of that. What will you do with southern Kaduna? How are you going to bring them, you know, back into the mainstream to have that sense of belonging in Kaduna State?
That's why I said, wherever there is justice and fairness, you will definitely have the support of the citizenry. We have had these problems in the past for communal clashes and religious clashes, but it was managed during McCarthy administration, which I was part of, 1999-2007. And we had cause to have created avenues where we brought those affected communities together. We had a religious harmony committee, tribal and religious group were brought under one umbrella. They advised government reasonably and suggested solutions to problems, particularly in the southern part of the state. And we took those decisions, and peace was restored in the southern part of the state. For me, issues that affect security has gone beyond government. Whether somebody likes it or not, people have role to play. Like the police used to say, security is everybody's business. So for me, once you have the right person, somebody that can reach out to the downtrodden, a lot can be generated in terms of ways and means of resolving conflicts from amongst us. And it's something that is doable. All you need to have is a committed leadership, a listening leadership, and somebody that can bring all and sundry under one umbrella to discuss issues that affect the generality of our people. And once you have that, you have a smooth path to development. When there is peace, a lot of things can be achieved in terms of development.
Absolutely. There's no better place to live it.
That is doable.
Thank you very much. Ashiru is the PDP gubernatorial candidate in Kaduna State. Thanks for joining us.